I just want to go to Andrew Forrest just to pick up on the criticism that was made of your idea of Generation 1 being an assimilationist.
A modern-day assimilation.
Modern-day assimilationist policy. Just address that question if you wouldn't mind.
I'm a modern-day equal opportunist. You know, I'd like to see Aboriginal people have exactly the same opportunity. I haven't met an Aboriginal person. I haven't looked them in the eye and thought, if you had the same opportunities as any member of my family had, you could achieve whatever we have. And, you know, I don't know if that's an assimilationist or what that is, but it just breaks my heart personally that there's not those opportunities for Aboriginal people. And where, you know, it's quick, we can all quickly knock the 50,000, and the good senator has, but
no, I'm not
what I have proved for sure is that a great hurdle which Aboriginal people faced, the one where there just aren't the jobs. I remember growing up with there just aren't the jobs. So training for training's sake, underwater origami used to get justified, right? Because there were no jobs. Well, hang on, these 50,000 jobs, 25,000 are guaranteed. Yeah, we're breaking that. Let's start where we want to finish. Now, it's easy to knock the steps, okay? But at least there's people out there, the 60% of people who work for the Australian Employment Covenant who are Indigenous aren't saying this is the best model, but they're saying it's a model, and let's applaud all the models because we can have an Australia without a disparity.
OK, Julie Bishop's going to burst a valve if I don't let her say something.
I completely agree.
Yep.
I think Andrew Forrest deserves credit for throwing down the challenge to corporate Australia. That's what he did, whether it was 50,000, 40,000, whatever the figure, he threw down a challenge and said to corporate Australia, we can employ more Aboriginal people. And the response, and I've witnessed it, the response from corporate Australia has been overwhelming. Now, whether that's translating into jobs just yet obviously remains to be seen. But I think the fundamental question is about educational opportunities. Education is the key to this, and if Aboriginal people can have access to a quality education which gives them the skills to take the jobs that do exist in regional Western Australia and will continue to exist as long as we support our mining and resource sector, because the mining and resource sector is the biggest employer of Aboriginal people in this state and will continue to be so for some time. So if we can get that kind of education, skills training and ensure that our mining and resource sector remains strong and that there are opportunities for our population to grow in the north so that the jobs stay in the north, I think we'll see.
The culture alive too. That's why I've said a modern day assimilation policy is that it's awesome, like, and I applaud you because our people need help, and if the government aren't going to do it, corporate is awesome. But what I'm saying with the modern day assimilation policy is there is no cultural aspect to it. If people want to help Aboriginal people get employment, don't help our people kill our land. You know, save our environment, get on environmental protection.